I've had many friendships, I've had many relationships, but the story that I'm about to tell now is one of the most heartbreaking moments of my life. It's something that shaped me to the man I am today. And it's because, heartbreak's inevitable with girls. I talk about it on here all the time. You've probably seen loads of content on social media. But one thing that isn't inevitable is someone that you think is a brother betraying you. Now that's something where should never happen. Tell the story. I'm going to be very transparent, very open, as always on Starboy Raphael's channel. So my childhood best friend, let's call him Steve. So best friends with Steve since the age of 10 years old. He'd always come around my house. We'd play football all the time. We were a duo for about probably 4 years. Then he moved school. We didn't see each other for a long time. And then we sort of got into the same sort of friendship group again when I was about 17. And then all of a sudden, he massively appeared in my life when I went to uni in Manchester. And I was excited. He was excited. At least I thought he was. I introduced him to 6 different girls in my flat, 6 different boys in my flat. He almost becomes one with the flat that I'm in. Now, I've never been to his flat. I've never been introduced to anyone from his flat. So I've given him a lot of social proof, and I invite him to a lot of parties. I love being around him. He was good looking and he was so cool, chill. When I was with him, like I really felt like we had an identity. Like you'd never see me pull up to a party without him. I found out about his scamming business. So he used to scam people on Snapchat for different things. I think it was trainers or something on the side. He'd also get loads of free clothes by returning empty shoe boxes to different stores like Flannels. And I knew that he was doing bad things at the time, but I kind of wanted to get in on it a bit, but I didn't. The worst that I did really was I got free Wagamama meals on Deliveroo by like tearing the packaging up and stuff like that. It slowly got worse and worse. We started going to the casino, which a broke uni student in a casino, does that really make sense? So he said, let's go on holiday, let's go to Amsterdam. I was like, yes. He said, yeah, send me the 250. I'll book it all. Don't worry about that. Just send me £250. We get it all sorted. Sent him £250 without even thinking. So the holiday's approaching now. And I'm like, okay, are you sure, Steve, that we're going on this holiday? Yeah, you got it all sorted. Send me the confirmation. He sent me a confirmation. But in the back of my mind, I was like, no, this still doesn't feel right. So I went on the website and I typed in my last name and the reference number, which is what was on the email when he sent me the confirmation. Nothing came up. But I was like, how has he managed to manipulate me into thinking that he's booked a holiday for me? There's literally the confirmation there. Like, there's no way the AI didn't exist. In the end, he actually scammed me of that £250 holiday. I had to end up getting my mum involved to get the money back. So I got my mum to call his mum. And the only way that I actually found out that this was going on was I was with his friend, drunk on a night out. He was doing cocaine at the time as well, keys of cocaine. And I was sat down on bed while watching this happen. I've never done cocaine, I'd never do drugs in my life. But yeah, and then he started spilling out all this information. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, there's some pockets of information here that I need to remember for the morning. Then I got it done. He used me for all the social status. He used me for money. Even after this whole situation, he got annoyed, and he was saying, "Bro, why did you do that? Are we gonna go on holiday? We weren't gonna go on holiday." And then, just out a bit of spite, I have a hoodie of his I gave his hoodie, which probably cost like £10 or something, to a girl. I got the girl to take a picture of her in the hoodie, and then I sent the picture to him. Now he got really annoyed, and then he ended up speaking to my ex-girlfriend. At the time, genuinely, me and him bonded over each other loving our ex-girlfriends at the time. That's all we talk about. All of this to say, the reason why you need to be so careful of your childhood best friend is they will never see your progress that you've made in your self-improvement journey, because they still have the image of you when you were 10 years old in their head. Many pros of still being friends with someone like since childhood, but one of the major cons is their image of you will never change. When they look at you, they'll see a child. They won't see the true improved version of yourself. I sort of have the mentality where friendships and relationships are more transactional than just having a nice time. And I can sound like a bit of a dickhead if I say that, but it's what's worked for the past 2 years after these instances. So if I'm hanging around you, what else am I getting from? Am I just having fun with you, or are you gonna just be leeching off me because I know all these, I know all the girls that work at this cafe, for example? Is that why you want to go to coffee with me? So when that guy hits you up from 5 years ago because you're going to the same university as him, are you really going to be that much of a fool and you're going to let him back in your life when there's hundreds of new people that you could meet in this new city, but you're too much of a pussy to just feel alone? I want to create a new identity. I want to make new friends. Or are you just going to go the comfortable route? Because I tried to go the dangerous route, but I kept on slipping. And this is one of the fatal mistakes that I had in that year when I look back, is I kept slipping up with people from my past. And I kept staying loyal to them, thinking that they had the same loyalty as I did. The most meaningful relationships, brotherhoods, they have really tough conversations with one another on goal setting, and just it can be general self-improvement topics. You shouldn't be able to go longer than about 5-10 minutes with a true friend if you're a masculine man without talking about some kind of form of self-improvement. If you can, like I did with these people, that I don't think they're good for you. I think you've outgrown them. And this only, again, my channel is not, I don't do this to get views. I really don't. I want 50 people who are on the same wavelength as me to watch these videos. I don't want I don't want a mass audience. This is niche. There's only a few people understand it.